everyone, Antonette here, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be changing this little Dollar Tree dollhouse a bit to make it all ready for Valentine's, and this will be the third time I'm taking a Dollar Tree dollhouse and transforming it. The first one was for Halloween and the second one was for Christmas. So let me show you what I do with this for Valentine's. This video is part of a closed collaboration with the awesome YouTubers you see here. This is not the first time we've gotten together to transform a dollhouse. We have so much fun doing this that we've decided to do it again for Valentine's. So please do check out the playlist that's linked in my description box so that you can see everyone's transformation and hopefully get inspired to perhaps do your own. Starting off this DIY by taking the dollhouse out of its packaging. I don't use the furniture, so I just put that aside. And then I take the door out. The pieces, the door and the windows do all come out, so the roof as well. So I take apart a few pieces, and those are the pieces that I'll be painting. So I start with our door. I don't want a green door for Valentine's, so I'm taking my red paint. It's actually a Christmas red. And I'm painting the door, and I realize here, as usual, that this will take a few coats of paint. While that is off to the side drying, I will start to paint my upper windows with white. I'm using the wrong white paint, and at this point I didn't feel like going all the way upstairs to get the right one, so I just go ahead and stick with this white paint. And these windows take quite a few coats of white paint. Of the whole piece that I do here, these windows were the most frustrating, I have to say. Now I'm ready to paint the roof, but before I paint it, I'm going to give it a good coat of a matte finish Mod Podge, hoping that my paint will stick to the surface a little better. So I give the whole roof a really good coating. And so that I don't have to wait too long for it to dry, off to the side, I do have my blow dryer, and off camera, I do dry that with the blow dryer. It's now dry and I'm ready to paint in pink. You can see the Tutti Frutti pink paint I have there is almost the same color as the body of the house, but I want my roof to be a much lighter pink. So I add a lot of white paint to it. So I mix and mix, hoping that I get the right color. I end up liking the color a lot. It's quite a few shades lighter than the house, and I like that. But I do have to mix some more because I'm afraid that what I have here is just not enough to do the coats of paint that I'll require for the roof. And it turns out that the roof actually needs 4 coats of paint, even though I gave it a base coat of that Mod Podge. So you see there, it's a really nice light shade of pink, and I go ahead and I give the whole roof a really good coat, and realizing, of course, at this point, I will need several coats. I make sure to get into all the little nooks and crannies. Give it a nice thick coating of our paint. I realize after I can hold this roof by the very bottom, and I struggled here, but really I shouldn't have. I should have just held the whole piece by the bottom there, and it would have been much easier. So now what I'd like to do is give these details at the bottom of the house a little accent. So I've got some pink glitter, and I'm going to see how this works out. So I put some Mod Podge, not my glossy one, but my matte finish again, because it's going to be the base. And I'm going to just put that Mod Podge on those little details there. And I realize, oop, I haven't used this glitter yet, so it's new, and I take off the seal there. I try to sprinkle it there, that doesn't work, so I have to use the larger open side, and I put that on. I realize I am going to have to touch it up a little bit here, but it does end up looking quite nice at the end. I do the same with the other side, and I make sure to get a really good coat on those details so that our glitter really sticks to the Mod Podge. And I'm sure many of you know, working with glitter, not so easy, it gets everywhere. So here we go. Here is our 4-coated rooftop. I'm now putting on another coat of Mod Podge, but this is my gloss finish. I want it to have a really nice sheen to it, and it does. This gloss Mod Podge really brings out the color. I find it elevates the color a little bit. It just looks so much better. So I love, love gloss, high luster gloss Mod Podge. I think it's just absolutely wonderful. I do not do the detail there. I'll show you what I do. Once that has been fully dried, I'm going to outline the details there with the matte finish Mod Podge. And the same thing that I did to the bottom of the house with the glitter, I'm going to do over here. And I hope that the glitter and sparkle will really pick up nicely. We've got some curly cues there and some really great details. So I'm really hoping to pick up on those details with the sparkle. So I continue on just outlining the details that I want there. There's sort of a cross in the middle of the window, and I really want that to stand out. So I highlight that as well. And here we go. We sprinkle on our glitter. And you can see the glitter gets all over the roof as well. So I do clear that up with a nice brush, and it looks pretty good. My door is back on after a few coats of red, and it's all assembled. And what I'm going to do is now glue that house to this little shelf. I did that with my Dollar Tree Dollhouse transformation for Halloween. I used a black shelf and I really liked it, so I decided to do that with this as well. So I'm using 2 glues here, some E6000 so it's permanent, and some hot glue so that it sticks immediately. I press that down, and there we go. The next thing I'm going to do, I decided to embellish it with these straws all around the white shelf there, and I'm going to use my 2 glues. I have these straws because I am going to be making some chocolate covered marshmallows on sticks for Valentine's, and I just happen to have these straws for that reason. And so lucky for me, I get to use a few of them just to sort of bring our DIY here up to another level. I think these are so cute. So I cut them to size and I glue them down all around. And because I have pink, white, and red in the house, I'm using pink, white, and red and white straws. I don't get too fancy with this. I don't miter the corners of the straws so that they fit perfectly, but I do a good enough job. I think that they're okay. So I'm using these little hearts that I just have lying around amongst my Valentine's crafting items, and I'm just gluing them down for a little bit more appeal and to add to the house. I didn't think it was looking quite good enough the way it was, so I wanted to add a bit more to it. So, also in my little stash of crafting products for Valentine's, I found these pink felt pieces that I used last year with some turquoise stones, and I added those to it. So here is my completed Dollar Tree dollhouse in place. It is placed next to my real dollhouse, which is pink. And I quite like this. I think it looks really cute. I have to say it looks better in person. I don't think I'm getting the real look of how great this looks in person, but I hope you can get the feel of it. I quite like it. It's very different from anything I've ever made before. And I would ask that if you do like this little transformation, if you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I always enjoy your comments. And please watch the playlist, which is linked in my description box. Thanks so much.